I convinced my 3-year-old that when he lies, his ears turn red. Yep. So since we're still new here, I'm going to tell you a couple truths so that we can get to know each other. So I'm going to tell you 2 truths and 1 lie, and I'm going to try my best not to cover my ears. First, I'm going to tell you about a monkey thief. Then I'm going to tell you about when I fell out of a moving vehicle. And lastly, I'm going to tell you how I turned in a bloody book report, thanks to my cat. Okay, now let me start by telling you the first possible truth or lie. Okay. I was about 9 years old and I was leaving my brother's Little League baseball game. We were walking in the parking lot when in front of us we saw an older man with a monkey on his shoulder. Now, us being the kids that we are, we were all excited. We went running up to him and we were like, "Hey, can we please touch your monkey?" The man said, "Sure, go ahead." So I reached up to touch the monkey. And right as I touched the monkey, he stole my Capri Sun and finished it. Okay, that was one. I told you 1 truth or 1 lie. Now, that same year, my class took a field trip to the San Diego Wild Animal Park. Yeah, we went on one of those safari rides. Well, we were on the ride and we finally hit a bump and the ride got a little rough, but we hit a big bump and my bench buddy pushed me out of the cart and I ended up falling out. Yes, I know it was only about 5 miles per hour, but there was rhinos out there. All right, that's 2. It's shared with you 2 possible truths or lies. So now I'm going to share with you the final one. Ready? The next year seemed to be just as eventful. I was sitting at the kitchen table and I was filling out a book report for class when my cat came up to me and started meowing. So I picked her up, but she didn't want to be held. So I put her back down and she just sat on my homework, gave 1 more meow, and then boom, blood everywhere. It turns out she was in labor. She ended up having 4 kittens later on that night in my closet. Yeah. To avoid doing the work, I just left it there, let it dry, and turned it in the next day all bloody. Yeah. Okay. So that was it. I shared with you 2 truths and 1 lie. And I'm quite proud of myself that I didn't cover my ears. So I told you about the monkey thief. I told you about falling out of the moving vehicle. And I told you about turning in my bloody book report. Can you guess which one was my lie?